Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another World of Synths. And it's poignant that we start this episode by referencing the knowledge that we have in our gear. And in actual fact, how easy is it to play a synthesizer with a cat on your hands? Do you know? Tonight, you've witnessed that very thing of me playing a synthesizer that I know very well with a cat on top of me. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I hope the level of the mic is good. I'm going to like you to move it a little bit. Oh, hello, steady, easy now. What's going on? It's a bit wobbly tonight. It's not quite as rigid as it needs to be. Anyway, oh, he's back. Tom is back on the table. I think Tom's found his comfort zone with the live streams. I think it's called catnip. And he knows if he's on the stream. Give us a little, do that, Tom. No, he's not going to do it now. You look directly at the camera then, which I can see, but you can't. Anyway, how's everybody doing on this wonderful Tuesday evening with the weather going a little bit colder? What is happening? Is it just I have to stop? It's going to be a little noisy in the back. That thing just doesn't stop. How do I stop it? Turn it off. There's the answer. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Let's have a see who's in the chat. So, hey, Billy Bird, I'm going to go Marky, the Panda, Will the English, welcome, Craig, and Rich, how you doing? Andy, did you get all the cables plugged back in? Rustic, how you doing? Tom, good to see you. Charlotte, there you are. How you doing? Just a big shout out to Charlotte and Jess, who were working hard getting the store up the road ready for a big inspection tomorrow by the owners of the brand of business that they're at. I'm not going to say more than that, but thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to you guys and thanks. And I'm not going to say hi to Becky because she's not working tonight. Oh, did I just do that? I did. The Magic Trio at my local store are awesome. Anyway, so Gonzini Gonzini Gons. I hope I'm saying that right. I've just butchered it. Hey, Davey, how you doing? Jens, am I saying that right? Tonight, we're testing Studio 8FX. Am I saying that correctly? How do I say your name? Bob. Anyway, so there's that. So lots of you in the chat. It's bussing. Lamont. Billy, but I've always said Wagoo. Hello. And yes. Oh, Cyber Gwen. It's so pink. It is Cyber Gwen. It is very pink. It's it's on the sort of darker purple pink, but oh, hello. What a fool. I was on cat cam. Now I'm on human cam. Oh, he's grumpy. If I could zoom in on him, he'd be like literally scowling at the camera going, where's the rest of my treats? Later, child. Yes, so it is. It is indeed a Tuesday. So, oh, did I see someone there that I didn't say hello to? Yes, Mark Wirtz or Wirtz. Good. If you borrow LPS from the library, you don't have a permanent record. It's a tip. That's a good one. Thanks for that. Thanks for sharing. These are the things that we ask ourselves on a daily basis. Those are the questions. If you rent or hire an LP, you don't have a permanent record. Those are the skills. Those are the skills that our viewership have. Hey, Marilyn, how you doing? Hey, the Wookiee, and Peter Coit. So, Doomonger, Lamar, Tom, I did miss some. Right, so, Billy, in this case, the hairdress is on fire. Yes, my hair was on fire. As is this guy's hair. My little What are you? Where did you come from? That's not your clothes either. Anyway, yeah, more nonsense from my childhood. Anyway, so let's get straightly to the drink. What are you drinking before we talk about this nonsense? I'm drinking elderflower and apple cordial. Soothing. Because I think I've had enough coffee today. I was literally making myself an espresso and I thought, hang on, I think I'm rather hyper. I don't need it. So everything is good. Everything is good, technically. So that's good because we do like our technical issues. If you tuned in on Sunday to Jamming in Jim Jams, the amount of coil wine I had from the power supply of my modular got to the point where I had to stop. It was just unbearable. Jackson. Is that you? No, it's just the cable. I thought that was Jackson. We'll have Jackson 5 in a minute. But let's talk synthesizers, because that's kind of where we're all here. And I'll do that. Went to the Vert place and had a picture on the wall. There was 2 cats, looked like Tom and the other one. That's brilliant. You need to share that. Thanks, Andy. Right, tea herbal from Cyber Gwen. That's a good thing to do. I would normally be doing that on a Sunday. I try and use the sort of more herbalistic stuff on a live stream on Sunday because it's late and I want to get to sleep. I don't want to be buzzed up like this. But this is the buzzed up show, which after next week's show will be moving to a Wednesday. So put that in your diary and smoke it. Ginger ale for Will. Lemon and strawberry juice. Is that even a thing? Can you buy that? Cottage beer. Is that made of real cottages? Also, let me just point out the spanners. We have 3 spanners, 3 Jervite spanners tonight. We've got my daughter, Shroom E, who is manning. So, good language only, please. Steve and the Panda, who are our stalwarts of the world. The Panda, I can't make the Flash Gordon quote anymore because Flash Gordon is not a panda. But panda, a panda. Everybody knows Sam the panda. I think it goes. That kind of reminded me of David Lynch. I don't know why. Anyway, but there we go. I'll record that for you properly. You can do a popcorn night. We should do a popcorn night thing every Friday. Symptoms of Reality. Popcorn night. Should definitely do that. A little bit of a Jervite trio. To the 3 of us. How about that? I am going to finish that because that's it. Pressed cider. I'm worse. I'm drinking apple and elderflower. Yeah, that's... So shroomy, Nick. Our son, my son, not our son, my son just cannot, if there's something in the cupboard, he has to eat it. If there's something in the fridge, he has to drink it. If I hide pop somewhere, he'll find it and drink it. So I tend to hide stuff from him. He knows I hide it, and I tell him, and he knows where it is. But for some reason, he doesn't cross that line. So he was like, what about this stuff? Have you got any pop hidden in the studio? It's like, I have. So he went to the studio, and she helped herself. I said, do you want one? It's like, yeah, of course I want one. Anyway, so that's what we're drinking. Popcorn for all. I made some popcorn the other night for me and the lads because we were watching... Crikey, we are motoring through Yellowstone Series 3. It's ruddy good telly. And it's funny because the Jazz Emu, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, he's got a song about cheating on someone while they're watching a series. And every time, we don't do that. Literally, obviously, I've got the subscription. And it's like, I really want to watch an episode. And he just turned up. It's like, great, go and watch something. And then he had to go. So he literally teased us. Anyway, so if you have any questions whilst we do this, QQ. And the boys and girls will pick them up and throw them in my face like so much cottage pie. Adam's Ale and Leamington. Not Leamington. And Lemonade. Made with real lemmings. That's nice. I like that. Drinking. Oh, yeah. So cool. We're all drinking stuff. The Wookiee. Yeah, no, that's right. I bet the Wookiee probably are on some strong stuff. What you've just been through. I'm sure there's some pain relief going on there. And absolutely rightly so. Popcorn for all. I've just said that 3 times now. I'm going to say it again. Popcorn for all. I thought it was. Our son is if he's done good. My son if he's done bad. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully he's not going to ruin the stream by coming on and gaming. Because that happens. Anyway, just peach tea mixed with green tea. Iced. Lovely. Right. So, that's us. Let's look at the table. Now, goodness sake. Robbie? Where is Robbie? He's not in the chat. I know where he is. He's at the pub, isn't he? Kent's got a pubness on, which is, nice. But that's where he'll be. Right, anyway. Let's try and clear some desks. Oh, hello, steady. Is that? Yeah. What's on the table? Let's play What's on the Table. So some of you will be familiar. I love my little boxes. Little boxes. So the one box none of you will recognise, or maybe you will. Has anybody seen in the flesh one of these? Has anybody ever come across one of these? Answers on the postcard. It's wobbly. Why is it wobbly? I think I took some feet off it, but even though it's still a bit wobbly, it's so unusual. But I bought this in 2008 off eBay, off a store on eBay, and it came through the post all the way from Peru, darkest Peru. It should be called Paddington, shouldn't it? But anyway, it's not. Kind of random, but it's an 8-step sequence, and I was trying to do doorless stuff at this point, and I wanted this. I don't know what I was thinking of doing, because it had analog stuff, and I didn't have anything that could produce both MIDI and a clock, or receive a clock, because this obviously puts out a clock and receives a clock, and it also puts out CV. I haven't actually done anything with that yet, but I'm going to keep this on the table, and I'm going to revisit my modular, which had such awful coil whine. I need to sort of investigate why that happened, and to try and get to the point where this Sunday I can get the modular back out and actually do some modular jamming, because I miss it. I haven't modularized for ages. Right, so nice big clap. All good so far. All good so far. So we've got this, which it looks like nobody's had. Sorry, Rich, cottage pie tonight, did you? That's so weird. I do that. I'm in your mind. Anyway, so this is an 8-step. Let's look at it on its own. Let's have a little play with it, shall we? An 8-step analog sequency funk box, like a Atari Punk, but I wanted it for the sequencer, thinking it would output gate and CV, but I don't know what. I think I was trying to use it with my maybe Pro 1 or something, but then I bought the MFB synth, which was all MIDI, so it was kind of really confusing. Anyway, let's have a listen. It's not even on, is it? Have I unplugged? Oh, for goodness sake, every episode Jason goes under the table to fetch a cable. What? That's a cat. It's not a table. Right, I'm taking my headphones off. I'll be gone for some time. Amuse yourselves. I'm going to put this placement here, product placement. Right. That was quite a sentence. What did you mean? No, I don't understand. No, I really don't understand. No. Oh, for goodness sake, you big beast. All right. What are you... I just sat down, you weirdo. Someone's being a little bit needy tonight. Look at him. Look at that little face. Look at that face. A face only a mother could love. Or a father. Isn't that right? Why have you got... Right, we need to brush you properly. We've got the whole kind of grooming set in the lounge now, which we didn't have anywhere to keep it before, so... Yeah. You all right? He doesn't generally like being on leads, but I think he's doing this. Jackson. Oh, I've left... That wasn't an invitation for you to sit on the synthesizers and change my drum loops. But, oh, here we go. It's the tail up the nose and your bottom in my face. Is it any wonder I'm single? Come on. Weird cat man who likes synthesizers. Seriously. What have you done now? Just saying that's the cat, right? We know that though, right? Do I want to put it on a... Do you know, actually, Wagoo's pointed out that, yeah, I often think of Jackson as Bagpuss, and I think all my animals have got the wrong names, I think. I would never have called a cat Tom, but I love Tom, so he is Tom now, but I would never name an animal that. I would always go for something quirky. I think Bagpuss, he has got the funk, is... I just wanted to... Oi! Flipping heck. He's really getting his fur up my nose. Right, get that away from me. I don't like what I can see on there. Seriously? No, you're fine. Right, you do need a groom. Can you be off so we can talk about this stuff? Because people want to hear this and they don't want to see a big fat white cat playing samples from my circuit tracks and then putting their bottom on it. I've got some wet wipes here somewhere, guys, and I think I might use them. What? He's absolutely ridiculous. Monaco's a good name for a cat, Cressy. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Overload. Right. The music on Bagpuss. There was, what did I watch the other day? Somebody getting Bagpuss out of storage and looking at all the aspects of that. I think Bagpuss, that kind of television, you know, really calm, chilled stuff for children. That's what they need. As a parent and someone who's had 3 kids, God damn it, and the scars to prove it, we went back, I think, when the eldest, well, my middle boy, Gabe, when he was little, we started watching all the kind of TV shows that I watched. Mr. Ben, he used to love Mr. Ben. I remember his little toddler self going, "Look at his little legs are going." It's like, because of course it just goes up and down. That was me, not him. Anyway, right. Snuggle up and cuss. Yeah. Previous cat was Polly. Oh. Right, can you get off? Look at, here we go. All right, okay, ready for this then, guys? Let's get it. Well, that's not your... There you go, there you go, there you go. There you go, there he is. There it is. All right, that's what people want. That's what the fans are after. Oh, I found... Oh, here it comes. I found a new spot that he goes mental over. It's like, you can't see this. You're like a glove puppet. You're not real. No, there's no camera that can pick that up, mate. You just right, okay. Right, you. Down you go. Down you go. Oh, you beauty. I know. I do love you, but not now. Right, let's talk synthesizers. Back in the room. I could do with another drink, actually. I didn't realise quite how quickly that would go down. That spritz. Right, okay, so the circuit's quite hot now. Yeah. In the interest of hygiene, and I know some of you do concern yourselves with me touching things. Did you hear that? Why is... Oh, I think it's this that's... Yeah, it's the Mochika, that's fine. I mean, I am beset on all sides with noise, as you know. And it's a bit of a bugbear of mine that we spend, you know, the money we do on all this high quality equipment, only to find that something perhaps as simple as our home power supply interferes, or maybe lights, or, you know, aspects of our home that stops it from working properly. Right. Let's just that's recording. Right. So what have we got? So, oh hello. That's one of mine, I think. Is it on? Right. I've got to be careful. This keeps slipping out, I think. Right. So this on its own. Oh, isn't doing anything. Can anybody? Oh, I've unplugged it. Right. Ready for this? Sorry. Right. So it's got... Stop! I don't think I can stop it. Yes. So you got a noise engine, which is just... That's amazing. Okay, the volume... Or square. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Simon Postgate has been doing talks on all the small film programs since the actual... That might be it then. Oh, Canterbury. Yeah, it is very trippy. Guns and Gonzo. Gonzini Gons. There we go. Right. So, now there's a reverb from the circuit track, so that's what you can hear. So, tempo of the sequence. And there's an LFO, which you heard me playing, which makes link to the VCO. Oh, hello. So with that, you can get some really interesting sounds. It's wild though. I'm putting the noise. So pitch and gate. Although I don't think it's ever really off because it's. If Jackson was a synthesizer, he'd be this. It's quite random. I think somebody said when I was jamming Nine Inch Nails, I think it's definitely got a Nine Inch Nails flavour to it. When you add all these things together, maybe not quite. It's super random. So for generating samples and things. So the Mochika, a bit of filter in there, but it's insane, right? So I've got the clock because it didn't want it work the way I wanted it to work. I wanted to take the circuit rhythm MIDI out into to trigger the edge, and then the clock out, the trigger out to that to click it. It just wouldn't work. So it feels very weird to do this because I don't know how rigid the time is on this or how accurate it is because it's circuits, right? It's analog. So I've got that going out into the edge. So I don't. Let's get that off. Is that in time? Very loud, isn't it? Volume-wise, has it? Hey, Schultze, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Koshtikai. I missed anyone else coming in while I was looking at synthesizers. Overload. Yes. And Adolf Twittler. Sorry. You've got to be careful how don't want to mispronounce anything. No offense if I did. So one of the I don't know, it's a series of three, isn't it? Edge, Crave, and the other one. The new one. Always the Crave was the first one, which might have been influenced by a Moog Mother 32. Might have been exactly the same thing put into a box. This is, I think, a drummer from another mother. Literally, isn't it? So inspired by, if you like. Anyway, hell of a lot of fun. So little filter there. Hard to hate the edge overload. It is. Do you know, I had to do a video for it for Toman in 2021, early 22, I think, and I had so much fun with it. I really did. Two oscillators. Right, let's remember how to use this because I haven't had a lot of time to play again. Should we keep that one? I quite like that. Something a little watery about that. I quite like that. There's perfect hi-hat. Right, are we go. And what have we got here then? Sync off. Save the kitties from the nasty panda. Hit the like button. Thanks, guys. Do that. What have we got? How many? 21's not bad. Oh, what am I doing now? Sorry. So. Video game, sort of handheld 80s video game style. Or maybe even Mario. It's got that kind of vibe, right? And again, because you've got ultimate control, it's fun. Right, so 16 steps. Of which, right, let's get that all linked in. So, you can change the timing, he says, although it's not changing. Because I can't change the timing because it's going from the external thing. But if you were to do that, yeah, still nothing. How about that? No, nothing, nothing. It's syncing. Anyway, we're living with that. Okay, right, so what are we doing? Retro games. Yeah, buy yourself DX100. I like this, the mini keys. Go find yourself a FM. Go find some FM. Right, so that's not doing anything. That sounds like triplets. Why does that sound like triplets? It's not. I promise you. Oh, hang on. Oh, I'm so an idiot. Such an idiot. It's not 16 steps, it's 8 stacks. I would like to now hand in my resignation from the Synth Owners Guild for incorrectly stating the wrong numbers of steps and the sequence on an edge. Therefore, I will now resign. Thank you. Good night. Anyway, so it's pitch. Right. All right. And you got velocity, so. Right. Nothing. Uh-oh. Battery alert. Okay. Right, so you can see the possibility to that. Two TX7s and a TX802 to cover DX7. Yeah, I have nothing. My TX81Z I sold in 1998. Then I had a DX9 to start with. That was the first synth I owned after the Poly 800. Before the Prophet 600, which ruined me. Quite like that. It does sound triplety though. Why does it sound like it's... So, with all that taken care of, stay where you are. I then thought MIDI out to clock the sequence on this and just straight drums. So, although I don't know why it's not. Why is that stuck? That's so weird. definitely working though, because look, I'm changing the Jackson. What's up? But that's not moving. Oh. Ah, right, okay. Let's start again then. So. Right. I'm going to change that pattern because I think Jackson's... Jackson's definitely... Stop! No! It wasn't me calling you. Oh, Lord. It's going to be one of those streams, isn't it? Hey! Never work with lemmings or... Where's the... You killed it, mate. You killed the vibe. Right, so... So, I think... Just... Come on. Right. So the idea... was as loose as these boys are. Nothing wrong with that. Whoa! We're going to definitely look. Oh, no cowbell. So the idea was to create a kind of like a solid drum. That's not really quite right. Let's just do something very vanilla. I know no one can ever refer to me as vanilla, I don't think. Right. Right, okay. So straight beat there. So you start bringing in the other flavours. And as expected, that is not in time. Yeah, this is what you'll get. It's just going off on its own. Just turn the sequencer off. Why is that not working though? Oh, here we go. The joy of... Oh, did I have that triggering that? I can't even remember. I might. Okay. Go back to this then. Out. Oh, I love it. I love how this doesn't work. What? Oh. See, it's not receiving, is it? Right. Yeah, it's in. Oh. And that's not making any sound at all. I have no idea why. Brilliant. Once again, we find ourselves in a unique situation at this show where things are not working. As expected, that never happens. We always have perfect... Oh my god, I'm gonna try it out. Thank goodness that works. Right, okay, so I can't promise that will work, but we can just add the flavours. But what you need is something in between. So to get this system working flawlessly for me, it's dead simple, because the Mochika responds to the pulse output from the drum sequencer on any of the Arturia beat step, or the beat step pro rather, or the key step. So I can trigger this beautifully from that. I might maybe do a little box jam on Sunday rather than a modular one, even though I kind of did one little box jam. So it's so random, isn't it? And you can see why you'd want something like this with the vanilla beat. It's not really. Let's turn them up. bit more tempo. A bit faster. Sorry, Craig. I have no idea if this is in time, because if I go clocking, clock trigger out, you'd hope that it would. It just doesn't respond at all. It's stuck. Maybe VCA perhaps? No, it's not moving at all, is it? Voltage, we need to do like a gate. Yeah, it's not. See, that's why it worked this way. Anyway, that's. So it's kind of random just to have it loose in the background. What's this? Oh, it's this. It's such a cute sound, isn't it? Oh. Again, great for making your own loops. There we go. Oh, I'm losing the chat. Oh, people have said things. Dual percussion synth called a clone. I like that. Hey, Mitchell Austin. Electronic drum kit and browsing YouTube for some drum practice techniques. Yeah, welcome to the GetJervis special. And we just random crazy cat synths. You're very welcome to join us. It's one thing I have owned in the past is electronic drum components, and I do have a very rare vintage drum somewhere in here. I actually did a little video on it way back 6 years ago now. But yeah, that's a cracking bit of, look at that, flying saucer. So that's what you saw, Eastern Seaboard. It wasn't a drone, it was loads of these. Anyway, there we go. So, yeah, so just creating that kind of interesting kind of groove. Gotta groove. If it ain't grooving, it ain't moving. And this is just, because it's so out of time. Sorry, Craig. Hey, Tom, how you doing? You snuck in there. Analog Solutions. Good stuff. Okay. I notice we're getting close to the hour now. Started 46 minutes ago, apparently. Is that right? Mitchell Austin, yes! I know, I thought I recognised your name. Forrester Dean Music Makers. Yeah, I run the workshops there. Well done. Man, how you doing? Mitchell Austin, that's a blast from the past. You know, do you ever do anything with Andy? I met up with him in Germany. He lives in Austria now, but he worked for Thomann at the same time I did a little while back as well for content creation anyway. Crikey. Yeah, there was some good, those good vibes. Yeah. Right. So this is I mean I could get my guitar out, we could literally write a Nine Inch Nails song right now. Got a baby, don't like it. I got a baby, don't like it. I don't know what you'd sing to Nine Inch Nails. Usually that being upset, and it's a bit more whiny than that. It's too bouncy, isn't it? It needs to be slower and darker. That's more like Nine Inch Nails. It needs more noise. It's too bluesy. It's not bluesy. No, it's not bluesy, is it? Hey Mitchell, if you go to Toman's channel or search Live at the Lake, you'll see played in a band on this floating stage outside of Toman's store back in, I want to say 2019? Is it 2019? Yeah, that was insane. I don't play keyboards, but I managed to swing a guitar on it. It was fun. But yeah, we did some good stuff. Sam, I think the TX-81Z's price should always be £135 and not a fennick more. There we go. That's it. Still going to do it. It's just going to do it. The Mochika just sits there doing that weird thing that it does. Anyway, we're going to kind of wind down because it's got 10 minutes. Is that right? We've got 10 minutes until we've reached the hour. What does my watch say? 6 minutes, but we started a little bit late, so I'm going to do a full hour. I'm not going to shortchange you wonderful viewers out there that have tuned in to see whatever I do with some chaos pads. Okay. Yes. So it's still working out time at 1:26 p.m. That's lunchtime. It's 1 o'clock and time for lunch. Fum-de-dum-de-dum. When the sun beats down and I lie on the bench, I can always hear them talk. There's always been Ethel. I'll stop now. I'm just going to recite Genesis lyrics at you, which is not a bad thing. We can all do that. We can all love. Do I buy or pre-order? I'm a bit annoyed at Genesis. And they did all of their they remixed all their albums, the entire catalogue from 1970, missing, thankfully, from Genesis to Revelations. But using some of the recordings from that in the sort of first box set and put it into 3 box sets. And I remember paying about £100 for a box set. A lot of money for 5 CD albums, but actually well worth it. But 25 quid for 5 albums, or 20 quid per album, and you'd get the surround sound version. I absolutely love listening to music in surround sound, and I think, you talk back to people like Pink Floyd and the sort of progressive music artists. Their work really benefits from the expanse of having that around you. And I think I've got Aero by Jar, and also Oxygen, which is in surround sound, live in your living room. Oh my goodness, they are sensational. Hey Shroomy, we'll listen to that later. It's a live concert. It's brilliant. Anyway, I digress. They've done a 50th anniversary of The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, which is my favourite album. And if you're not a prog head, if you listen to some of the tracks on there's Tony Banks hasn't long got into synthesizers at this point. Maybe it's the second album they did where he's got his ARP Pro Soloist, and he is making sounds which you fast forward 5 years later, you're hearing Gary Newman use. So it's got that kind of new Tube My Army kind of vibe to it, and there's lots of that slap back echo, and it's just like some really amazing synth work, just phenomenal synth work. But it's £89 for an album that I bought in a box set years ago, but I have some issues with the mixing of said albums because I think there's a couple of mistakes. There's a song called The Raven, and clearly on the original recording and release, The Raven, there's a moment where there's a boom boom, and it's a floor tom and a tambourine swamped in reverb, right? And you hear this big sound. On the remix, it sounds like a floor tom and a tambourine. There's no weight to it. And it's like, hang on a minute, did the guy not listen to the album? I know that when Stephen Wilson mixes, he goes back and faithfully restores the same mix from modern equipment, or maybe he's got vintage gear, I don't know, but he translates the old mix to a new medium, and I think that's correct. I think if you listen to Broadsword and the Beast, which he did a couple of years ago, which is a very electronic heavy and synth heavy Jethro Tull album, he's added weight to that album which just wasn't there before. He hasn't. It still sounds like the album, where this remix of The Raven doesn't sound like the original album song at all. So I am a bit reluctant. £89. If somebody wants to buy that for me, that's fine. I'll review it. But yeah. Save your money, buy the Behringer VCS3. Oh my God. Well, I had the Sound Freak modules here 2 years ago, and did some videos for that for them, and that is fully endorsed VCS3 in 4U module form. My God, sensational! You don't often find a synthesizer you gel with, I think, and we are spoilt for choice in so many ways. That just blew me away. Actually, and I demonstrated it at Super Booth, which was nice. That was guys getting up on stage and doing that. I enjoyed that, actually. That was quite fun. So, so I don't know about owning a Behringer VCS3. Anyway, there's lots of other... I'd love a real one, if I'm honest. I'd love a vintage one, or even a new one, if I could afford a VCS3. Magoo, my mum used some solvent when painting while smelling delicious of pear drops. Well, pear drops, that's acetone. Acetone smells of pear drops. You can go out to your local pharmacy and buy nail varnish remover for the same smell. Anyway, we're waffling on. We've gone off topic. That's good. I haven't missed any questions. I'm still going to get drunk enough to splurge on the 2960 spectral processor. I'm sure you'll get there, Wagoo. Come on. You have to do it so we don't have to. Right, okay. I did want to talk about Synth East because I've just had prior to this, which one of the reasons why I had a nice chat with Robin, because I'm going to help capture the event for Molten Music Technology. Who's going? I'll be there. So if you're there, I'm going to do a little bit of capturing the sort of atmosphere of the thing for him. So I'll do that. And yes, Cressy, can you see my tabs? Can you see my tabs? Let's do this. Let's get my little face in the corner. Hello. I wanted to talk about that, and look, I can't see. Oh my God, my mouse is a delay. Let's look at this. Look at this. So Cressy, you knew I was going to talk about this, didn't you? Somehow. It's the same drum brute that we've always had, though. Impact. It's the same drum brute Impact, but it's in a rather sexy 1984. I wonder what drum machine that could be. But isn't it nice that we're getting a lot of drum machine news of companies? And I know the B word, and we've got the Lin drum, which again is an homage to the original, but also taking it and moving a little bit forward with it. I think that's good. I do. If you're gonna go and relive the past, bring something new to it. But the Drum Brute Impact is a very modern drum machine, which is entirely Arturia's. So let's look at that and look at it. And I don't even, how much do they cost, Cressy? Do you want to put that in the thingy? Yes, the RD78. That's I mean, Genesis fan, right? So Duke is an example of how good a CR78 can be and how it should be used. And then, of course, you've got Phil Collins, 2 solo albums, I think, using the same drum machine. But I'm also interested in the DMX, the Oberheim DMX. I can't see. I would love to see Oberheim remake their drum machine, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And if it did happen, it wouldn't be anywhere near the price point that the Behringer stuff is. And I think that's just the way it is, isn't it? They're 159 quid. Yeah, you can keep your 808s, you can keep your 606, you can keep your 9. I've got the Jomox X Space 09. You can't have that. But that is beautiful. That is real beauty. So I don't need a 909, but a 78. Oh, it's tempting. It's like, it is. They are kind of like the what's the child catcher. Behringer are the child catcher of synths. Put that on a t-shirt. Right. Anyway, so Synth East is just 2 weeks away. I'll be there. There's a link there, 21st to 23rd of February in Norwich Arts Centre. Loads of cool stuff, loads of great performances as well. Lots of, and the thing to remember is if you go somewhere like any other event, it's a sprawling sort of world of joy, whereas Synth East is it's pocket size, and that's really good. And that's one thing I love about it, is that your exhibition. What? I know I'm going over, and I know Symptoms of Reality are waiting, but I'm trying to get to I need to say this. Sorry, guys. Thanks for your patience. So the main exhibition hall has a whole round of usual tables with exhibitors, and there's a stage there. And on the stage, every hour on the hour for 15 minutes, you get a burst of music, which means you can only sort of traverse the room for 45 minutes in total. So it stops you from getting fatigued, and then you stop and breathe. And that means that the people you're talking to on the stands actually can talk to you properly. Anyway, and also now, again, slightly different to other events, they've removed the DIY component from that day. So you've just got exhibits and music, where you can see all the stuff that you'd perhaps want to go and see. But there's the DIY zone, and the DIY zone happens on the Sunday at a quiet, calm environment where there's no loud bursting drums, so that when you're sitting there with your circuit in your hand, find circuit for hand. Okay, this will do. When you're sat there with your circuit and you're getting stressed about soldering these tiny components, you can, in a calm environment. I went and I actually played, took my modular and played with Gaz and Robin during that, not nightmare ambience, but yeah. Pendant with your PDP, that. Yeah, so tickets are really, I'm going to do this because I can't read my screen at all, are really sort of cheap. So 15 quid to get in. So then you get to pay for one of your modules. So that includes the workshop. So, div kit, it gets quite high. Venus Instruments Vino Echo. Thonk dual offset attenuator at 60 quid. I mean, so, you're going away having had a chance to experiment. If you've never soldered before, even, this is for you. Because you're doing it with someone sat next to you, making sure you get somewhere. And if you really mess up, then they come in and they will help you. So it's a really safe way to try is DIY for me. And I love soldering and tinkering. So for me, it was a really good thing. Right, Atari Goth console. What's that? Standalone? I might do one. I'm looking at that. I might do the MS-20 filter. Oh, it's a standalone. I want something for my modular. Right, I'm gonna do that in my own time, not yours. Right, okay. Thank you very much for your company this evening. And you know what that was, don't you? It's just
Can't keep a good man down. So yeah, we have to do this, don't we? Because will that go through? No, it won't go through. So yeah, thank you very much for your company. I hope you're all having a good week so far. Don't forget to like this stream, share with your friends and family, and people you don't like as well. Do that as well. And I'll see you all around. And remember, be good to yourselves and each other. Whoa, Jackson. What? Really? And be more inky and risky with it. Right, let's get some stuff going. Did I see Kent come in then? Or did I miss that? What? Oh, Revox. Right. Have we got power for this? Oh, so that's some juice. Let's get a little drum beat going on this and see if we can this is going to be interesting to see what's in this. Oh. Is that you wheezing? Oh, that's good. Okay, right. So, let's go for patterns and let's go all the way down here because I know there's definitely nothing in that then. Right. Oh gosh, this is going to be so... How industrial do you want that? Right. Where's my snares? Yes. Turn the mic off. Okay, you're gonna have to deal with it. I think it's still on the other. Oh, I found it. Bye.